afternoon, Jess. So today I want to introduce and talk about my project about coffee analysis. So coffee is the world's most consumed beverage, enjoyed by over 1 billion people every single day. It's known for its two distinct characteristics, its flavor and energizing effect. There are two main species of coffee, Arabica and Robusta. They greatly differ in their growing condition, flavor and price. This difference in price is what makes adulteration a big problem in the coffee industry. But the problem or the story of coffee doesn't simply end at the species or the genetics of coffee. It goes beyond that. After being harvested, there is another process called post-harvest processes. And there are several post-harvest processes like the natural process, wash process, anaerobic fermentation, or carbonic maceration process. They create very different tasting coffee, but they not only change the taste of coffee, but actually also the chemical composition of coffee. Specifically, we want to focus on the volatile organic compounds of coffee, or the aroma compounds of coffee. And the difference in volatile organic compounds is what allowed us to do the classification of coffee that we did here. But the problem with volatile organic compounds is that they degrade very rapidly, very quickly. That's why even the more expensive coffee will lose its signature profile and value in just a matter of weeks. And so degradation monitoring is a huge problem and importance in the coffee industry as well. But the problem with previous analytical methods is that they required tedious sample preparation, expensive instruments, and also expensive and toxic chemical solvents. Some examples of these previous analytical methods like FTIR spectroscopy, UV visible spectroscopy, or NIR spectroscopy. And our method doesn't require any of that. Our method is green, rapid, and simple analytical method for coffee quality control. It uses this air mobility spectrometry and hot gas extraction, also helped by a convolutional neural network machine learning model. And I'll talk from the hot gas extraction chamber. So this extraction chamber is what allowed us to do the hot gas extraction part of this project. By doing hot gas extraction, it allowed us to sufficiently extract volatile organic compounds from coffee without needing any sample preparation. Then that volatile organic compounds will go through the IMS or the MLG spectrometry, where they will be separated according to their size and shape. Then we will get the spectra from here, and the spectra will be analyzed and processed by our CNN model to then classify into the different classifications and varieties. That process is helped by a custom design graphical user interface to make it simple and user-friendly, such that there is no need for any expert on the field to do this operation on a day-to-day basis. Then, beyond classification of coffee, we also did something called degradation monitoring of coffee. We employed 3 real-world conditions: marginal flushing and seal, airtight sealed, and also lastly is improper seal with a standardized 1 centimeter diameter. In the 4 weeks of testing, we observed that marginal flush and airtight performed the best, keeping its signature profile and value even after 3 weeks of the initial testing. Then for improper seal, it lost its signature profile and value in just 1 week after initial testing, showing that it's very important to store the coffee in properly to maintain its value the longest. Then, with what we know from pure coffee profiles, we did something called adulteration test. Adulteration could happen when a more expensive Arabica coffee is mixed with a cheaper Robusta coffee. Here we use 15 Arabica and 5 Robusta, and we did 2 different conditions. The first one is unadulterated, and the second one is adulterated. Unadulterated is basically we just separately wrap coffee beans before testing to get an unadulterated spectra. Then for adulterated, we just mix them together. You can see for the unadulterated, we can clearly distinguish, and the model is able to detect which spectra correspond to which species. Meanwhile, for adulterated, they just become one. But distinct from either pure spectra, showing that it's still able to be detected, and even at low ratio, adulteration can still be detected by our system. So all in all, this is a green, simple, and rapid analytical method for coffee quality control. And lastly, I would like to thank the National Science and Technology Council of Taiwan and NTHU for the support.
On this model, trying to train the model, you need a large label.
Yeah.
But for this kind of application, how large data set do you collect? Because you need to humanly label the quality.
So for this particularly, it's only for classification of coffee. So which coffee bean or which. So here we have three different of Arabica. So these are all Arabica, and this one is Robusta. This one is Civet Robusta, and this one is Civet Arabica. So here we want to focus on the difference the post-harvest process make, and also the difference the species make. Each of them have 36 replicates each. So in total, it's 36 times 4 for the trading model.
So in this case, you have a very large CMU model because in terms of
Yeah.
data. For single classification, how many classes because you said it's a classification.
So in this case, it's 4. These, but that 4 already includes the different post-harvest processes and different CMUs. Yeah.